How did you start rapping?
How did I start rapping? Well, it probably started back in, man, let's see, maybe like 1994, and just kicking it with the homies in the hood and shit, and just growing up in the lifestyle. You know what I mean? There was a while where I had a lot of family. Well, I have a lot of family from different neighborhoods, and we used to go party and shit, and I just had a little, I always had that little, the little thing in me, to start rapping, and I just loved rap, man. I just like everything that I saw, everything I've been through, everything I've seen. I used to just like flow with it. You know what I mean? Like in house parties and shit like that. I used to just flow and flow and flow, and to the little homies, to my older homies, to veteranos, it didn't matter, man. I just used to just flow, and everybody was like, "Damn, homie, you're gonna make it someday. You're gonna make it someday." And well, enough said there. You know what I mean? So that's how pretty much I began rapping. It's just the early '80s, but I really didn't start professionally until probably around 2000 or so.
Yeah.
I was probably like 18, 19 years old.
For many people, your first two albums were classics. What do you think about your first two albums?
Well, let's start with my first album. My first album, "The World Is Mine," man. Let me bring a little bit of the truth out real quick on my first album. I put a lot of heart and soul, and I was a rookie to the game though. I mean, I didn't know too much. Tell you this little story real quick. It all started pretty much in Norwalk, city of Norwalk in California. There used to be a little store right there on the corner of Pioneer and Alondra. I know a lot of people know about it. It was called Boulevard Records, and Boulevard Records was kind of like, how do you say, they were partners with Familia Records at that time, and Familia Records CEO Murray Broomfield was the man at the time, you know what I mean? He was the one bringing out, he had the Little Robs, he had Shadows, the Little Ones, the Night Owls, and all that, and Memo, the owner of Boulevard Records, actually introduced me to Murray one time, and so how I got started was The World Is Mine project. Pretty much we just said, you know what, I went in there and I flowed. They just put a beat on. They loved what they heard, and right away me and Murray clicked up, and we were talking business, man, and that's when The World Is Mine came to be, and what a lot of people don't know, and they still don't know it, or they just can't get it through their head, is that I got robbed, man, big time. I mean, this guy right here, Murray, acted like my friend for such a long time, and once I had my album, I mean, I put my heart and soul to my first album. I was a rookie. I didn't know too much about it. I hooked up with Dally. I know that a lot of people know Esa Dally. That's actually my father-in-law. I hooked up with him, did the studio work, gave it to Murray, and pretty much Murray was like this. Look, he told me straight out. He told me, man, you're really good. I'm going to give you this amount of money. I just want you to do some disses. And I know that a lot of people, they got the familiar version of The World Is Mine. The disses, they got the bootleg. That's actually a bootleg copy, homie, because that was never even consented for me to bring out until I got fully paid, and me not knowing anything, like a little dumbass, I was just a little chavalo and shit. I didn't know anything. I did those disses. I didn't even know low profile records or nothing. So I did that for Murray. But Murray went behind my back, and he really robbed me, man. And since till this day, haven't seen any money, haven't seen anything for The World Is Mine, for the Familia record version. And those, and you know what? I don't know that. I mean, that's the truth, and I'm just gonna handle it. I know my second album. To answer your question about how do I feel about my albums, I feel, you know what? I love my fans. I love my gente. I don't feel like I'm a legend. A lot of people say, you know what? Hey man, you're the next Little Rob. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for me, that makes me feel really good, man. It makes me feel really good. But deep inside, I really don't want that. You know what I mean? I just came out there to have fun, get respect, and have people to know who I am, that I'm a family man. I love my neighborhood. I'm kicked back now, you know what I mean? On the Bad Guy album, a lot of people saw the other side of me, the more mellow me. The first one was more the gangster me. I'm just, you know what I mean? The gang shit, I always have it in my heart. And little by little, I know I'm just trying to bring people together, man. So basically, to me, the first two albums, first one, I loved it. The World Is Mine. I had so much fun in that album. The second one, I loved it even more, and I know a lot of people loved it. And that's basically it right there, dog. Much love to the fans.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start talking about your new album dedicated to La Raza now. Describe that album.
Okay, well, this album to begin with was never really supposed to be. I wasn't even gonna bring it out, man. Deep inside, I was kind of sick and tired of rapping, just because a lot of people that I rapped with and a lot of people that I dealt with in the music industry, they really turned their backs on me. I don't know if it was because of jealousy or whatever. I've always been cool to everybody, dog, and I've always helped everybody as I can. And basically, dedicated to La Raza was just me. I don't know, man. It's, you know what? Okay, there's people. I know there's a lot. You know, I haven't heard one complaint of the album, but I know there's a lot of questions like going like, damn, is he retiring or what's going on because of what he's saying? And to me, dedicated to La Raza, man, it's for my people, man, and it's like there's no other words that could describe it. It's about uniting La Raza, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people out there, you know, different genders, different nationalities, whatever you may have, they always stick together. And for some reason, us, you know, Latinos, Mexicanos, Chicanos, it doesn't matter. We're still giving our money to other people, and you know, and other people that really don't deserve what we should be doing. Actually, we should be giving it to ourselves, you know, the other Chicano rappers, and try to make us big. Just like I don't want to be negative or racist, but you know, there's a lot of Chicanos supporting a lot of black, you know, rappers, and that's all they do. And it's about time for us now, you know, to come up big. And the only way to come up big is to have the support. So basically, in this album, man, I just did it for La Raza, man. There's nobody out there that's ever did it for La Raza. I mean, they could say that they've done it or whatever, man. I named my album that because I meant it, homie. You know what I mean? I have everything in that song. For homies that like to gangbang, for homies for homies and their woman, for homies that want to just kick back and know what life's about and stuff that I lived through. Hey, that's dedicated to La Raza, man. That's my heart and soul right there. And I did that album, basically, I had that album finished. I did everything in about 2 months, really quick, but I've had it for a year already, sitting there and not really doing anything with it until I finally decided to bring it out.
You know, some people say that the album isn't that good like it should be. You know, you already said it that you are the next Lil Rob for a few people out there. You know, and they thought that you would come with something better. What do you got to say about statements like that?
Um, to begin with, I never heard anything like that. And personally, with me, I mean, you can go to my website, you can do whatever, and yeah, I've been getting emails and by the thousands, man. I think ever since I brought up my album, I already have 11,000 hits. You know what I mean? 11,000 different people that already have the album and they love it and they've been talking about it. And I never really heard anything negative, dog. But if there is negativity on anything that I did, I mean, basically, you know, I don't know. To me, I don't. You see, it's hard when people think something's really good and they expect it all the time. And you know what? To me, I think dedicated to La Raza, to me personally, is my best album. The reason why I say that is because I put a lot of heart to that album. I put a lot of heart. I know that I got more mellow, and I didn't go back to the old school beats and to the oldie beats and something. You know, I used a lot of original beats and stuff like that. But I just wanted to show the gente that I'm versatile. You know what I mean? That I could flow to an oldie beat. I could flow to a gangster beat. I could flow to anything, man. And I don't know, man. I mean, I never heard anything negative, dog. Dennis, to be honest with you, homie, I never heard anything negative about it, and people don't like it. I mean, everybody that hits me up is, man, that's your best album ever, and a lot of people say that's the best album ever. You know, there's gonna be people that hate, and I understand that. I guess you could go one step at a time. You know, The World Is Mine was me, the rookie, still being in the streets, still doing my thing. Okay, that was the gangster album, right? The second one, The Bad Guy, I had a little twist to it, you know what I mean? It was a more relaxed me and kicking back me, but I was still gangster, and that's that one. And then I guess it's dedicated to La Raza. It's just everything, you know what I mean? Everything like three different things, dog. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. To everybody hating, well, I'm sorry, you know what I mean? I don't know what I could do, man, but You know, I still got love for all my raza and all my gente, and I know that deep inside, I always be a number one, baby. You know what I mean?
So what's up with that retirement situation?
With retirement, oh, with the retirement situation. Well, basically, man, how do I say this in the easiest way? I don't know. It's a thing where shit. Oh man, it's hard to explain, man. It's like, you know what, homie, I said everything that I wanted to say in my life, in my rapping, in my everything, you know, everything I put out there. I said everything. I mean, I lived everything. I said everything in my words. I put my heart and soul to every album I've done. I just think right now, man, right now at the time that I'm at, I think, you know, I want my familia, and my familia comes first, you know what I mean? And I got two little girls, and I got a wife, and a lot of homies out there, you know, they're still, you know, they still do it because they're single, and they just don't care about familia. And to me, familia comes number one, you know what I mean? And that's like, that's my, that's the only reason I could really tell you for right now that, yeah, you know what, it's pretty much, I'm done, man. I mean, and I just feel like I want to kick back, and you know, this rap game is really stressful. You know,
Yeah.
it's a lot of haters. I mean, not really haters as far as fan wise, people not liking my music, but there's a lot of haters that get involved, that try to always bootleg shit and try to manipulate people and try to backstab people just so they can get you. You know what I mean? There's been a lot of people where I had to deal with that want to sign me, but I don't want to be signed for them, so they go around my back talking shit, you know, to try to sign me.
Yeah.
It's just hard, man. I just want my family. You know what I mean? It's my daughters. I love them, man, and I love waking up every morning to them, and my wife too. You know what I mean? And doesn't mean that I don't got love for my fans. It doesn't mean that I don't got love for my hood. Doesn't mean I don't got love for Raza. You know, I dedicated my last album to you just so you can know that, you know, I'll always be your dog, and I'll always be down for you homies, and everybody, you know, big homies, little homies, homies that are locked up and everything. They still be banging my music. You know what I mean? And I just wanted to make it my final farewell, man, and just if I ever bring out, and you know what, Dennis, this is you could put this as a little exclusive right here, dog. A lot of people don't know, but there might be still a little chance, man, and I'm talking about some old shit that I have, and I might do a little twist to maybe the best of Lil Menace, and maybe put in another about 7 or 8 hits. You know what I mean? We might do a double disc CD.
Yes.
With hopefully if that happens, then it'll be cool. But if not, you know, basically I'm done, man.
Yeah, but you know, don't get me wrong now, but for me it sounds like it may also turn out like a break that you will take, and that you maybe will come back. Who knows? Maybe you got to tell more stories in a couple of years, or 1 or 2.
Yeah, I know, man. I get that all the time, man. My website and everything, and who knows? You know, who knows? Who really knows? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who really knows? I don't. Only God knows my future, and that's just how it's gonna go. If God knows, and God knows the way where He wants to direct me. If He wants to direct me in a different, hey, man, I might even bring out an album later on, just about God, man, and just about, you know what I mean, just uniting people and putting, you know, making everybody open their eyes. I just don't know. You know what I mean? It could be anything. I could put a twist to anything, and try to make it sound as good as I can for the gente, you know.
Yeah. Okay. You seem to be a very positive person to me now. So what do you think about all the hate that is going on, especially in the Chicano rap game?
There shouldn't be any hating, dog. I mean, fuck. And you know, it's hard as you know, for us as a minority, first of all, and so, you know, so few, but there's so many, and us killing each other, and us putting each other down, and us just hating on each other. It's not right, dog. I mean, I could tell you personally, and you can quote me, man. The reason why I did this, you know, I had a lot of, you know, a lot of influences. I mean, you know, a lot of people could say, you know, well, this guy is this guy's whack, you know, and I'm better than this guy. Nah, man, I'm gonna be straight up for you right now and tell you that, you know, when Little Rob came out, he was a big influence on me because he was the first real guy from the hood, you know, a real Mexican guy, talking about, you know, hood and the hoods and how it is, and you know, it is a crazy life, man, and ever since that album, and I'm talking about Spanish Fly también, and all the old schools, you know what I mean? Even what's their names? ODMs, and what's ODM's group? Lighter Shade of Brown, and
Right.
and I was a big Cali Lifestyle fan. Cali Lifestyle, man, shit. I used to bump that shit all the time, you know, and Mr. Little One, and you know, all the old school, the veterano Chicano rappers that first, you know, brought Chicano rap to what it is today. I mean, that feed me, you know what I mean? That's what I got my influences from, eh? So I hope that somebody takes the same message that I have, you know, and takes the same step in life. Or damn, you know, we can make it, man, and we can really make it. I mean, all you have to do is give a hand, give a helping hand, just listen and know what's up, you know, and respect who we are, respect, you know, each other, and we'll make it big, man. We'll make it really big.
Mr. Youngster from Down for My Shit Records used to diss Boulevard Records on one of his songs. Can you give us the hookup on this? What's the story behind the diss?
Well, you know what? On the real, man, I don't really know the story too much behind it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know Youngster and everything, you know, and I guess he had a little bit of a battle with my record label CEO, which is Memo. I guess they had a little pleito or something. I don't know what's up with that, but he didn't have nothing against me. I'm pretty sure you see that he said that, you know what I mean? I don't know. What album was this? Didn't he say something that he doesn't have any shit against me? Because I don't know. I mean, to me, I don't know anything. I mean, if that's personal shit between them, you know.
Yeah.
I really want to get into that one because I don't want to. That's like a. I don't know.
You know.
It ain't shit, homie. It ain't shit.
You know.
That shit squashed already. I guess Memo and him already. I guess Youngster went up to Memo and said he didn't want any more parallel with anybody. So everything's cool now, supposedly. So just leave it like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, I already asked that questions on a couple of my interviews now, you know, but there are still many people that don't can imagine that Chicano rap as a music genre is worldwide at the moment. Would you have ever thought that it would make so many noise in such a time?
Well, it's you see that's a good way that you word it too. It's pretty much that we've been lagging on it, man. We've been taking our time. So it's really not that it's going right away, you know, that it's so little time, but or so many times. It's really us, man. I mean, we should have been out there since the beginning. But you see that's where it all changes, though. I mean, you see, Chicano rap originated right here in California, right? And if you know, back in the days, and you know, when everybody was rapping and singing, most of it from the West Coast was up north, not down here in Los Angeles. Most of it was like Too Short, and you had guys like RBL Posse and shit that, you know what I mean, like that. The only real gangster shit that came down here to Los Angeles was pretty much Eazy-E and NWA when they first came out. And by that time right there, I mean, somebody, you know what I mean? I was still a youngster, and I was only probably like 4 or 5 years old at that time when they first came out. But somebody could have came out, you know, and represented us as Chicanos, Mexicanos, and Chicano rap, you know what I mean? But hey, I mean, we took our time at it, and we're slowly perfecting it, you know what I mean? I know there's some big names out there, and they're doing big things. Personally, me, I'm not the type that really likes to go to concerts or likes to do concerts, and you won't see. That's why it's really hard to find me doing stuff, because I really, you know, I don't really get nothing out of doing concerts and stuff. I mean, I love sitting down with my fans and writing autographs and shit. I love that. But as far as concerts and stuff, You know what I mean? But I'm telling you, if I was out there at the time frame, you know, if I was, you know, about 18 years old back then, when Eazy-E, Snoop Dogg, and Dr. Dre came out with their type of gangster rap, man, I would have jumped right on the ball, and Chicano rap would have been on there since 1992, and there it is right there. You know what I mean? But I guess we're just slow. We're just beginning slow, and hopefully we'll come up to the top. You know?
Like always, at the end of the interviews, is there anything else that you want to say to your fans?
Pretty much, man. Just much love. Gracias for the support throughout the years. There's actually a couple of things I want to say to some of the rappers out there also. You know where to find me. You know where you can contact me. And to anybody that's, you know, you see, look, I've been down, man. I've been down since day one. I vision this one. Imagine this, Dennis. Imagine somebody from the Chicano rap organization, you know, anybody from, you know, the knows of people and everybody. Imagine that we had one song, man. Just say one song, 6 minutes long, and it's just me, Mr. Shadow, Little Rob, Night Owl, Little One, and imagine how good that song would be, man. If you get, like, you know, the Chicano rap kings into one song, man, just for 5 minutes, into one studio. I mean, we should make it happen, man. Fuck the money, fuck everything. We should just make it happen just for the gente. You know, everybody that supported us since day one, every fan to the last drop, not even here, because I got a lot of fans that contact me from Japan and everybody. I mean, there's everybody that's following us for years, and they can't make us come together, but we can make us come together. And I think that we should all contact each other, and one day, you know, make it a very special day where everybody unites. And imagine what kind of song that would be, man. Just a straight out, man, that song would be fucking tight.
Probably the best song in Chicano rap history so far.
Man, that would be something, man. But like, I hope as you know, I know you interview a lot of people, so maybe you could try to see what's up with that. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm down for anything, even if we have to. Even if we can't make it all to one studio, maybe we could mail each other the CD and the beats, and maybe we could all drop different vocals, and we could all mix it up down in one place or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But imagine what kind of sound that would be, man. Just fucking all the fucking the people that really put it down for the gente. I know there's a lot of people out there, but, you know, sorry if I didn't mention you or whatever, but that would be bad, man. That would be really bad. But to the fans, gracias. Wish everybody good luck, God bless always, and I'll still be the number one, you know what I mean? So that's about it, man.